Stop by to interact with the community and I every Friday night at 8 o'clock for live stream Fridays.
Welcome, trolls. First sees all.
Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Schwartz. Thanks so much for stopping by, checking out the research, for subscribing. A lot of newcomers coming by lately and I really appreciate it. Thanks for checking out the research. These are, I guess if I was to use a proper scientific term, I would use the term scientific lunar phenomenon. It's not a scientific lunar phenomenon, and that's just my opinion. But these are light sources, energy sources on the surface of the moon. Yeah, definitely energy sources. We look at them close up and we slow these areas down. So this area is about a mile wide. So in that area of a mile wide, there are many lights and also smokes and hazes. And there you go. It's always that red light, the blue light, but there's lots of different colors of lights. But let me tell you, I'm trying to show you guys it's not the sun. That light, that flash that we're seeing in slow motion here was not caused by the sun. And look here how particular the lights are, the electrical blues. Shapes appearing, you know, it's just totally mysterious. It is a definite alien surface. We can definitely say it's an alien surface. The surface itself, taking Aristarchus crater for a good example, all these objects on the surface are there, obviously not seen. It's hard, not impossible to get in, but it's hard to get a clear view without pixelation like I have right here. You guys are seeing that the surface objects, they're oscillating, but they're not moving. There are particular objects, most of them are remaining in place. So that means the objects are there inside of Aristarchus crater. So if all these objects are there and we're not seeing them, sometimes it could be because of the clouds, the smokes or hazes. Here, look at the lights. In the center, well, everywhere basically, but especially in the center, the way the lights light up. Do you see how it's not the sun? Because the sun would light up all the surface at the same time and flicker and oscillate, but these are not oscillations we are seeing. We're looking at flashing light sources, independent light sources, all together in areas scattered all over the moon. And there are a lot of areas and they're really there. And the light sources are not being reflected by sun. That's definitely not what's going on. We could see the flashes. They go on, they go off, they go on, they go off. This is in night vision. But when we see it straight up, like I showed at the beginning of the video and other videos, they have colors. Very, very colorful surface of the moon. And the flashing lights are very, very colorful. If you were to see a flash on the moon with a naked eye, you would see it white. And that's how our eyes are. The sad Hiroshima bomb, when it hit, you could be sure that the ones that were looking at it just before they were blinded, they saw a white flash. The cone cells in our eyes, that's how they react. But why am I talking about that? Because it has to do with the cameras and the telescopes that we are using to see the surface. That camera, a digital eye, is doing the same thing as our eyes are trying to do, and that is focusing on the surface. So we get back these white lights, but the light that you're seeing there is not white. I'm also showing that there's a haze, a cloud or smoke moving around. These findings are massive proofs. Watch all three objects turn off. Boom. Just that in itself is enough proof that something, an intelligent being or species, alien or not, breakaway civilization, whatever you want to call them, whatever we want to insinuate they are, because we don't know, it's very real. They're up there on the surface of the moon. And the scary part's not that. The scary part is being told that no one is up there. So that means there's some secrecy. And then you wonder if there's some secrecy about this, you know, the intelligent species on the surface of the moon, is it because something bad is being done there? Or is it because something good, a protection for Earth. Like, I mean, it could be, right? This could be just, these could be the protectors. Who is protecting Earth? You can't rule out these theories. We have to look over each and every one of them. No, I probably won't linger on that one. Maybe I don't even think it's real, but I do not exclude, blah, blah, blah. I don't exclude any theories, that's for sure. So look at these light sources on the surface. What are they? Very simple. If we were to take a guess at what they are, and we have to take a guess and not be wrong, well, they're light sources, right? Who cares what they are? They're light sources. So then we ask ourselves, are these light sources natural or not? Well, look at use common sense. Look at the details that I'm finding. Look at the way the lights are flickering, the way they're set up. And don't forget, we're finding symmetrical objects and structure-like objects on the surface. John Lear talks about the surface having mechanical objects, so it's probably not just buildings or structures. But these lights, these flashing lights that are ever so colorful on the surface of the moon, they go by, they are stationary. They don't go by. They're stationary, but they blink fast. So on and off, on and off. And I'm trying to see if any of them have a timing or a routine, a pattern, like a machine that goes on every so many seconds. I'm even counting my watch. I'm looking at these things to see what they are. I mean, what the heck are they? Giant traffic lights? I don't know, but they don't look natural. And the lights really are electrical. But the thing is, the biggest secret too is that haze on the surface, most don't believe that there's a haze on the surface. Why? Because, scientists told us there wasn't any clouds around the moon. Well, let me tell you, they didn't necessarily say that. They just didn't mention the clouds, They talk about gases on the surface and stuff, and probably maybe there are gases on the surface. But gases on the surface, for us to be seeing them, if the moon's that far away, guys, those would be one hell of a big cloud of gas, let me tell you, if we're seeing it. Come on. It's got to be as big as clouds and surrounding the moon if we're seeing that. Okay, maybe some say that it's Earth's atmosphere that is around the moon. Whoever's atmosphere it is around the moon. And we can see it. We can see all these colors around the moon. It's just incredible. Look at the lights on the surface. Often I hear people saying, look at the arc on the moon. I found an arc. I found an arc. I found a bridge. Well, the crater's edge, every single crater has this bloody white lump of a patch that looks like an arc or a mushroom head. They're constructed probably to hide what is being done underneath, mining. Maybe that's where the smoke is coming from. Speaking of smoke, this is the beautiful crater that I showed you that there was smoke coming from along the Terminator line. See the lights on the left? Maybe those are what are creating the smoke, right? Because we're seeing it go by, not only around the craters, but over the entire surface of the moon. But Archimedes crater, Plato crater, even Copernicus crater has this smoke over its edge. This one is just incredible seeing it. Why? Because obviously we're along the Terminator line again. So we're going to get up some different comparisons. I want you to see it with this inverted, but right beside this image so that to get a sense of exactly what is being hidden. Once you start looking at these videos, you get an idea on how to look for things on the surface, and your eye adapts to all of this. Check it out, guys. It's pretty cool. On the top, again, more hazes, colors, and everything just waving over the surface. You see the same shots in the center on left and right of the cloud, but look inside the crater on the right, the green area. Look at all the objects there, and look on the left now. You can't see them, right? So this is the closest I've gotten so far. There's definitely a beautiful cloud just billowing over the crater's edge. That's pretty incredible to me. And it's never ending. The findings are never ending. Now they're talking about water being on the moon. Where is it flowing? Is it flowing on Earth's side? Probably thawed out on Earth's side. was 29 degrees, guys, when the Apollo 11 astronauts landed on the surface of the moon.